Chapter 14. Still Dreaming. Martin Luther King's death shocked America. Black Americans could not believe that they had lost their leader. At first, they were shocked, but soon they were angry. "Go home and get your guns," the Black Power leader, Stokely Carmichael, told a crowd in Washington, D.C. There were riots in all the big cities in the USA. The rioters fought the police. 46 blacks were killed in the riots that followed Dr. King's death. James Earl Ray, a white American, was arrested and went to prison for King's murder. But many people did not believe that Ray had acted alone. They thought that white politicians had paid him to kill King. Even Coretta King did not believe that Ray had killed her husband. Martin Luther King's body lay in his father's church in Atlanta. Thousands of people came to say goodbye to the man who led the fight for civil rights. Later, King's body was taken to lie beside his grandparents. There, written on a stone, are the last words of his most famous speech. "Free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, I'm free at last." After his death, many people wanted to remember Martin Luther King in some way. In 1980, Stevie Wonder wrote a song called Happy Birthday. The song said that King's birthday should be a holiday for all of the United States. In 1983, a new law named the third Monday in January Martin Luther King Day, a new American holiday. On the 20th of January, 1986, the first Martin Luther King Day, Stevie Wonder sang at a concert to give thanks for King's life. In the year 2000, all 50 states had a holiday on this day for the first time. What happened to the other people in the Martin Luther King story? Jesse Jackson, who was with King when he was killed, stood for election as President of the United States in 1984 and 1988. Later, he worked for President Clinton, and he has visited many countries to work for peace. Bobby Seale still works for civil rights, but does not believe in guns and violence anymore. Malcolm X was shot dead in February 1965 as he was giving a speech at a meeting. Huey Newton came out of prison in 1970 and went to live in Cuba. When he returned from Cuba, he left the Black Panthers after some trouble over money. He was shot dead in 1989 in a gunfight over drugs. James Earl Ray was sent to prison for 99 years. He died in Nashville in 1998 at the age of 70, still protesting that he had not killed Martin Luther King. Rosa Parks left Montgomery and moved to Detroit. She continued working for civil rights. In 1990, she met Nelson Mandela just after he left prison. And Mandela said that he often thought about her brave action while he was in prison. She was given the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 1998. She died on the 25th of October, 2005, aged 93.